hold on to your seats. Because what just went down between Jaguar Wright and Chrisean Rock is beyond explosive. This isn't just celebrity drama. This is a full-blown war of words, fists, and shocking allegations that left the entire internet in flames. Fans are shook, emotions ran high, and what was supposed to be a calm charity event for children turned into an all-out confrontation that no one saw coming. Sources close to both parties confirmed that Jaguar Wright, the outspoken neo-soul singer known for calling out the industry's deepest secrets, stormed into the venue unannounced. Eyes blazing, lips trembling with rage. Her target, none other than viral sensation Chrisean Rock, who was allegedly involved in a disturbing incident that left Jaguar's son Jr. disabled. What started as rumors whispered in the shadows of social media quickly erupted into a face-to-face showdown filled with accusations, screaming, and a moment so intense that security had to step in twice. Now, the streets are talking, families are divided, and fans are picking sides. What really happened to Junior? And why is Chrisean being blamed? Stick around because we're about to unpack the drama. No one can stop talking about Tan, trust us. It's messier than you could ever imagine. It all started on a seemingly normal Saturday afternoon in downtown Atlanta. The sun was out, the city was buzzing, and a youth-centered charity event called Voices of the Future had drawn a large crowd of celebrities, influencers, and families. Among them was Jaguar Wright, the R&B singer known for her raw vocals and even raw truth-telling, who had been invited as a guest speaker. She showed up with her husband and her 14-year-old son, Junior, a quiet, creative child who had recently started showing promise as a young poet. At first, everything seemed fine. Jaguar gave a powerful, emotional speech about empowering the youth and protecting them from the darker corners of the entertainment industry. The crowd applauded, some were even moved to tears. But behind the scenes, tension was brewing. Because in the VIP lounge, barely 20 feet from Jaguar, stood Chrisean, rock barefoot, bold, and unapologetically loud, surrounded by her entourage and doing what she does best, causing a scene without even trying. According to an insider who asked to remain anonymous, Jaguar immediately tensed up when she saw Chrisean. Apparently, the two had a history. Not just industry beef, but something far deeper. Jaguar's son, Junior, had reportedly been injured in a scuffle several months prior, one that involved Chrisean Rock and her security team. The details were murky, the footage blurry, and Chrisean had denied any involvement. But Jaguar never bought it, and she never forgot. The source claims Jaguar leaned over to her husband and whispered, "That's her. She's the one who did it. She thinks I don't know, but I do." Moments later, Jaguar excused herself from her table, leaving Junior and her husband behind, and made her way toward the VIP section with a look on her face that could cut glass. What happened next turned the entire event upside down. Witnesses say Jaguar walked up to Chrisean, stood directly in front of her, and without raising her voice, said something chilling. "Do you even remember what you did to my son?" Chrisean, caught off guard, blinked a few times before laughing and responding, "Girl, what are you even talking about?" That's when things escalated. "Don't play dumb with me," Jaguar snapped. "You know exactly what I'm talking about. You and your goons jumped a 14-year-old boy like he was a grown man. You broke his arm. He can't even hold a pen now." People nearby began pulling out their phones. Gasps rippled through the room. Chrisean's entourage tried to intervene, but Jaguar wasn't backing down. "He has nerve damage," Jaguar continued, her voice trembling. "He was supposed to perform his first spoken word poem today, but he can't even write it. He cries himself to sleep every night. And you walk around like nothing happened?" Chrisean's face changed. The smug smile disappeared, replaced by a flicker of confusion. Or was it guilt? She shook her head and took a step forward. "Look, I don't know who told you that, but I didn't touch your kid," she said, voice steady but defensive. "I don't even know your son." Jaguar's eyes burned. "That's a lie. He was at the studio. Your studio. He was there with a producer you used to work with. Your guys thought he was filming something he shouldn't, and instead of asking questions, they beat him. I have the medical records. I have the surveillance footage. Don't you dare tell me you don't know him. At this point, event security stepped in, trying to de-escalate the situation. But Jaguar wasn't done. She pulled out her phone and held up a picture of Junior in a hospital bed. His arm in a cast, bruises covering his face. "This is what you did," she said. "This is who you hurt." Chrisean's face paled. "Yo, that's the kid." Someone from her crew whispered. Suddenly, everything got quiet. All eyes were on Chrisean. "I thought that was just some random street kid." The crew member added under his breath. Jaguar's expression hardened. "So you admit it. You didn't even care enough to ask who he was. Just another black boy, right?" Chrisean turned on her heel and stormed out of the VIP lounge, leaving her entourage scrambling to follow. But the damage had been done. Within minutes, footage of the confrontation hit social media. Hashtags like #JusticeForJunior and #ChrisEan exposed started trending. Fans were shocked. Some defended Chrisean, saying she probably didn't know what her team was doing. Others were outraged, calling for her to be held accountable back at the event. Junior, unaware of the chaos unfolding in the VIP lounge, waited for his mother to return. When she came back, her face was red, her hands shaking. "Mama, what's wrong?" he asked quietly. Jaguar knelt beside him, holding his uninjured hand. "I saw her," she whispered. "I looked her in the eyes. She knows." Her husband, clearly trying to keep the peace, suggested they leave before things got worse. But Jaguar refused. "I came here for my son. We're not leaving until he gets the recognition he deserves." Meanwhile, behind the venue, Chrisean was pacing, yelling at her team. "Why didn't y'all tell me that was a kid? Why didn't anyone say anything?" Her manager tried to calm her down. "We thought it was handled. We didn't know he was connected to Jaguar. "Well, now the whole world knows," Chrisean snapped. "And they're gonna blame me. And blame her they did." Social media exploded with speculation, hot takes, and conspiracy theories. Some claimed Jaguar was fabricating the story to stay relevant. Others pointed out inconsistencies in Chrisean's past altercations, suggesting this wasn't the first time her entourage had gotten violent without her knowing or caring. Tech celebrities started weighing in. Erykah Badu posted a cryptic tweet. "Accountability is the foundation of healing." Solange reposted a clip of the confrontation with the caption, "Protect our sons." Even Megan Good commented under a fan post, writing, "This is heartbreaking." As the night went on, the event organizers released a statement, saying they were deeply disturbed by the altercation and were investigating the incident thoroughly. But the real fireworks were just getting started. Because what no one knew yet, not Jaguar, not Chrisean, not even Junior, was that someone had captured more than just the argument. Someone had recorded audio from the original incident. And that audio was about to surface as the internet continued to buzz with heated debates and emotional reactions. A mysterious post appeared late that evening on an underground gossip blog known for leaking industry secrets. The headline was short, chilling, and impossible to ignore. "Leaked audio from Junior assault surfaces. Listen before it disappears." Within minutes, the site crashed from traffic. Fans, bloggers, and even celebrities rushed to hear what had now become the missing piece of a puzzle too disturbing to ignore. And when they listened, what they heard wasn't just proof. It was a bombshell. The audio, grainy but unmistakable, captured the sound of shouting, confusion, and the unmistakable voice of a young boy pleading, "Please don't hurt me. I didn't do anything." This was followed by the loud thud of someone being pushed, a scuffle. And then a familiar voice barking orders, "Get his phone now. If he posts that, we're all F***ed." And then silence, broken only by the sound of someone sobbing. But what sent the internet into absolute meltdown was a voice near the end. One that fans claim sounded exactly like Chrisean Rock. She could be heard saying, "Yo, what's going on in there? Who is that? Hurry up, we don't need no lawsuits." Those last words were enough. The tide turned almost instantly. Did she just admit she knew? One tweet read, "That voice is unmistakable." She was there. She let it happen. Another commented, "Jaguar Wright was telling the truth all along." A viral Instagram post declared, within hours. The hashtag cancel Chrisean began trending. Multiple sponsors reportedly pulled out of deals. Fans flooded her latest Instagram live with snake emojis and demands for a public apology. Some even tagged CPs, accusing her of being unfit to raise her newborn child. Meanwhile, Jaguar Wright, sitting at home with Junior curled up beside her, received a phone call from an anonymous number. She hesitated before answering. The voice on the other end was calm, nervous, and female. "I don't know if you'll believe me," the caller said, "but I was there that night, and I saw everything." Jaguar's breath caught. "Who is this?" "I used to work security for Chrisean," the woman said. "My name is Tanya. I'm not proud of what happened, but I can't stay quiet anymore." And just like that, another piece of the puzzle fell into place. Tanya agreed to meet Jaguar in person, on the condition that it'd be somewhere private. They chose a quiet diner on the edge of the city late at night. Jaguar showed up with her husband, and Junior stayed home with family. She needed answers. She needed closure. When Tanya arrived, her hands were shaking. She slid into the booth and pulled out a flash drive. "This has surveillance footage from inside the hallway," she said. "We weren't supposed to keep it. Chrisean's team deleted most of the videos, but I kept a copy." Jaguar's eyes welled with tears. "Why now?" Tanya looked down. "Because I saw that kid on the news. I saw what you said, and I realized he could have died. We were rough with him, too rough, and Chrisean knew." She didn't stop it. Back home, Jaguar played the footage on her laptop. The video was grainy, but there was Junior, small, nervous, holding a notebook and a phone, walking down the hallway of the studio. Two men approached him aggressively. Words were exchanged, and within seconds, he was pushed to the floor. One of them grabbed his phone, the other twisted his arm. He screamed. In the corner of the video, a woman stepped out briefly, glanced at the scene, and went back into the studio. It was Chrisean. Jaguar turned to her husband, voice shaking. She saw everything and walked away. The next morning, Jaguar went live on Instagram. She didn't yell. She didn't curse. She just looked straight into the camera and said, "For months, I was told I was crazy. I was told to let it go, but I didn't. And now the truth is out. This isn't just about my son. This is about every child who's been hurt and ignored. This is for the voiceless." The video exploded, racking up over 5 million views in a single day. Fans and celebrities flooded the comments in support. "Stay strong. Queen, you're doing God's work. Chrisean owes you and your son everything." But as Jaguar was being praised, Chrisean was spiraling. Sources close to her say she locked herself in her house, refused calls, and was seen crying uncontrollably. Her team advised her to release a statement, but she refused. "If I talk, it'll make it worse," she allegedly said. They already made up their minds. Blueface, her infamous ex and sometimes co-parent, took to Twitter to throw shade, tweeting, "Not surprised. This why I keep receipts." Fans took that as him confirming her history of violent behavior. And the backlash grew even louder. Finally, after days of silence, Chrisean broke down on Instagram Live. Her eyes were swollen. Her voice was hoarse, and her baby cried in the background. "I messed up," she said quietly. "I didn't know it was a kid. I didn't know it was her son. But I should have stopped it. I should have done something, and now I don't even know how to fix it." But the apology came too late for many. Jaguar responded the next day with another video, this time with Junior sitting beside her. He spoke softly, nervously. "I just want her to say sorry to me," he said. "Not on the internet. To me." In person, that single sentence touched millions. He's so brave. This young king deserves justice. Make it right. Chrisean. The pressure mounted. Reporters camped outside Chrisean's home. Sponsors demanded answers. Her team began to splinter, with some quitting and others leaking more behind-the-scenes dirt, including claims that this wasn't the first violent incident she had covered up, but then, just when it seemed like the drama had reached its peak, another twist. A second security guard from that night came forward. His name was Malik, and he dropped a claim that stunned even Jaguar. "I overheard one of the producers say they wanted that kid gone," Malik said in an interview. "They thought he was spying. Not for clout, but for someone else. Who and why?" Suddenly, the story shifted again. Maybe it wasn't just about a misunderstanding. Maybe Junior had been targeted. But by who? And for what reason? The revelation from Malik sent shockwaves through the whole narrative. Suddenly, what had seemed like a simple, if tragic, incident morphed into something far more sinister. A tangled web of betrayal, secrets, and power plays. Jaguar, who had been fighting for her son's justice, now found herself at the center of a storm she never anticipated. She called her closest friends and allies, needing to piece together what exactly was happening. If Junior was targeted, why? She asked. Who benefits from this? One of Jaguar's longtime confidants, a former music executive named Lisa, suggested digging deeper into the producer who had been involved that night. "His name is Trey," Lisa said. "He's got a shady past and he's known for playing dirty games. He's got connections with some very dangerous people." Jaguar decided to confront Trey herself. After a few tense calls, Jaguar arranged a meeting at a quiet coffee shop on the outskirts of the city. Trey arrived late, looking nervous but trying to play it cool. Jaguar wasted no time, double quotes Trey. "I know you wanted Junior out of that studio," she said flatly. Trey's eyes darted around before he finally answered. "Look, I don't want trouble. Yes, we thought he was spying, but that wasn't my call. Chrisean's team ordered me to handle it. They wanted to send a message." "A message?" Jaguar repeated, incredulous. "To a child? It's bigger than you think," Trey said, lowering his voice. "That studio isn't just about music. It's a front. And Junior was stumbling into something he shouldn't have." Jaguar's heart sank. What could Junior possibly have been involved in? The idea of her son caught in the middle of some underground operation terrified her. "Why didn't you come forward earlier?" she asked. "Why didn't you come forward earlier?" she asked. "I was scared," Trey admitted. "I'm just a small player. If I talk, they'll come after me. But I'm done hiding." Jaguar promised to protect him. She knew this was bigger than her personal fight. Now, meanwhile, Chrisean was losing control of her narrative. Her social media was flooded with accusations. Sponsors were pulling ads. Even some family members publicly distanced themselves. Friends revealed private texts where Chrisean admitted she felt trapped, and scared, but was too afraid to speak out at one point. A video surfaced of Chrisean arguing with her mother on the phone. "They're trying to ruin me," she said, voice breaking. "I never wanted this." Fans were torn. Some still believed in Chrisean's innocence. Others were convinced she was the villain in this story. But Jaguar wasn't done exposing the truth. She reached out to Malik for a private interview, hoping to uncover the full extent of what happened that night. Malik revealed more chilling details. According to him, the producer Trey wasn't working alone. There were others in the studio, powerful, shadowy figures who didn't want Junior or Jaguar involved. "They're connected to money, politics, and even crime," Malik said. "Junior stumbled into something dangerous, and they wanted to silence him." Jaguar's mind raced. How was her son caught in all this? She had no answers. But one thing was clear. The fight for Junior was no longer just about a broken arm or a ruined childhood. It was about exposing a conspiracy that reached far beyond anything she'd imagined. As the story gained momentum, other unexpected voices joined the conversation. Junior's teachers came forward, revealing that Junior had been writing about corruption and injustice in his poetry. Some even suspected he was trying to expose people in the music industry. "He was fearless," one teacher said. "He wanted to make a difference." Friends of Chrisean started leaking texts showing she had tried to warn Junior to stay out of certain places. hinting that she may have known more than she admitted. And then came the bombshell. A hidden recording between Chrisean and one of her security guards was leaked to the media. In the clip, Chrisean can be heard whispering, "If Junior gets out of line again, make sure it's final." The family was left divided. Jaguar's husband, who had tried to stay neutral, finally broke his silence. "This isn't just about Junior anymore," he said in an interview. "It's about protecting our family from people who don't care if we live or die." Tensions escalated further when Jaguar's brother accused Chrisean of manipulating the situation for publicity. "This whole thing smells like a stunt," he said on a popular podcast. "But we know the truth. The public was glued to every update." Drama shows picked it up, turning it into a weekly saga. Opinions were divided, but one thing united everyone: the story had become impossible to ignore. Then, unexpectedly, Chrisean agreed to a live televised debate with Jaguar. Anticipation skyrocketed. Fans prepared for a showdown of epic proportions. The night of the debate arrived. The stage was set, cameras rolling. Jaguar sat composed, her son beside her, eyes steady and determined. Chrisean entered, visibly nervous but defiant. The host opened the floor with a pointed question. "Chrisean, how do you respond to the allegations that you ordered your team to harm Junior?" Chrisean swallowed hard. "I never ordered anyone to hurt a child," she said firmly. "If mistakes were made, I take responsibility. But I did not want Junior disabled. I was trying to protect my own family from false accusations." Jaguar leaned forward. "Protecting your family doesn't mean destroying mine. Junior didn't deserve this, and you need to answer for what your team did." Voices from the audience murmured. Emotions ran high. The drama that captivated millions may have quieted, but its echoes will be felt for years to come. If you followed this roller coaster from the start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. Who do you believe? What should happen next? This story is far from over, and your voice matters. Stay tuned for more jaw-dropping updates as this saga unfolds. What a wild ride this has been. Jaguar Wright's relentless fight for her son Junior's justice has exposed not just a heartbreaking personal tragedy, but a web of secrets, lies, and betrayals that rocked an entire community. From the shocking assault to the leaked recordings, the explosive debate, and the legal battles, every twist has kept fans on the edge of their seats. Emotions ran high, families were divided, and the public was left wondering who to trust in this tangled drama. Despite the settlement, many questions remain unanswered. Was Junior truly caught in something bigger than anyone imagined? Will Chrisean Rock ever fully own up to her role? Can the fractured families find peace? Or is this just the beginning of an even darker chapter? And what about the powerful figures lurking behind the scenes, whose influence might still be at play? Now it's your turn. What do you think about this explosive saga? Did Jaguar do the right thing standing up for her son? Or is there more to the story? Can Chrisean be forgiven? Or has she crossed a line too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your side of this incredible story. If you've been hooked by the drama, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update. Trust me, this story isn't over yet, and you'll want to be the first to know when the next shocking chapter breaks. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, because in this world of reality TV drama, the truth is always stranger than fiction.